One man, no army, no weapons, no formal political power, yet he brought the most powerful empire on earth to its knees. How did Mahatma Gandhi do it? Was it sheer willpower, political genius, or was there something deeper, something woven into the very fabric of his energetic design that made him quite literally built for this moment? What if the blueprint for one of history's greatest revolutions was encoded at the moment of his birth? Human design is a synthesis of ancient wisdom systems and quantum physics. It maps your unique energetic blueprint, how you're designed to make decisions, where you draw your power, and how you're meant to leave your mark on the world. Now, we can't know Gandhi's exact birth time with certainty, and in human design, that matters. So what we're offering today is a powerful interpretation based on what we do know. October 2nd, 1869, born in Porbandar, India. Even with that data alone, what emerges is extraordinary. Gandhi was almost certainly a manifesting generator, one of the most dynamic, multi-passionate, unstoppable forces in all of human design. His profile: 2-4, the Hermit and the Opportunist. A paradox of withdrawal and influence, solitude and community. The quiet monk who moved millions. Sound familiar? Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born into a world of contradictions. His father was a Diwan, a chief minister, a man of quiet authority. His mother, Putlabai, was deeply devout, fasting regularly, and living by unwavering moral principle. For a manifesting generator child, this environment was both a gift and a cage. Manifesting generators are built for response. They are not designed to initiate from the mind, but to react to what life presents and then move with breathtaking speed and conviction. As a child, young Mohandas was described as timid, unremarkable in school, terrified of the dark. This is textbook manifesting generator, not self-behavior. A child whose enormous sacral energy hadn't yet found the right response to ignite it. His 2-4 profile deepens this picture. The line 2, the hermit, needs solitude, needs to be called out rather than push itself forward. Young Gandhi was withdrawn, introverted, not the charismatic leader we know him as. He was incubating. The gifts of a line 2 are natural, often unconscious. They don't know they have them until the world calls them forward. His undefined centers, likely his head and ajna, meant he was deeply susceptible to the mental pressures and ideologies around him. He absorbed the moral framework of his mother, the political anxiety of colonial India, the philosophical currents of his time, not as a weakness, but as a sponge, amplifying and synthesizing the world's wisdom into something entirely his own. And then, at 18, life presented its first great response moment, a ticket to London to study law. The manifesting generator stirred. In London, Gandhi didn't just study law, he discovered himself. He found vegetarianism, theosophy, and the Bhagavad Gita. He began building the intellectual and spiritual framework that would define everything that followed. But it was in South Africa, where he traveled at age 23 for a legal case, that destiny delivered its defining response. He was thrown off a train in Pietermaritzburg for sitting in a first-class compartment reserved for white passengers. That night, shivering on the platform, Gandhi made a decision. He would respond. He would not run. This is the manifesting generator in its highest expression, not forcing, not planning years ahead, but responding to an injustice placed directly in front of him with every ounce of his sacred energy. By the time his first Saturn return arrived around age 29, Gandhi had become the founder of the Natal Indian Congress and a formidable force for civil rights in South Africa. Saturn, the planet of structure, discipline, and earned authority, demands we step into our true purpose. For Gandhi, it solidified a life of service that could never be undone. Over the next 2 decades in South Africa, Gandhi forged his most revolutionary weapon, satyagraha, truth force or soul force, non-violent resistance as a systematic philosophy. From a human design perspective, this is almost certainly the expression of his defined sacral center, the life force of the generator types, the engine of sustainable, committed energy. Generators don't burn out the way manifestors or projectors can. They are designed for enduring, responsive work. Gandhi spent 21 years in South Africa. Not glamorously, not always victoriously, but sustainably, steadily building. His line 4, the opportunist, was flowering here. Line 4 profiles build their influence through networks, through loyalty, through the deep bonds of community. Gandhi was not simply a solitary idealist, he was a builder of movements through relationship. He knew his people knew him. His impact spread not through broadcast, but through trust. Then came the Uranus opposition around age 42. In human design, this is the great midlife awakening. Uranus opposes its natal position and demands liberatio, a shedding of who you thought you were in exchange for who you truly are. At 45, Gandhi returned to India. The cocoon of South Africa had done its work. What emerged was no longer a lawyer. It was a Mahatma, a great soul. Back in India, Gandhi moved differently. He traveled third class. He wore only a dhoti. He ate simply. He listened deeply, quietly before he acted. This is the 2-4 hermit at work. He retreated constantly to his ashram, to silence, to fasting, not as weakness, but as strategic, energetic renewal. The line 2 must withdraw to refill. And when Gandhi emerged from his withdrawals, the world felt it. In 1930, at age 60, the eve of his second Saturn return, Gandhi launched the Salt March. It was an act of pure, responsive genius. The British salt tax was a mundane injustice, almost laughably small on the surface. But Gandhi responded to it as the perfect symbol, and the manifesting generator moved at full speed, 240 miles, 24 days. And at the end, he walked into the sea and lifted a handful of salt. The British Empire had no answer for it. The whole world watched. His second Saturn return was not a crisis, it was a coronation. Decades of aligned living, of honoring his sacral response, of building through relationship and withdrawing to truth. All of it crystallized into one of the most powerful political acts of the 20th century. Gandhi didn't know human design. He never studied it or contemplated his undefined centers in those terms, and yet he lived it. He honored his sacral energy by responding rather than forcing. He honored his line 2 by retreating into solitude when the world demanded his presence. He honored his line 4 by building a movement through trust and relationship rather than ego and authority. He honored his open centers by remaining a lifelong student, absorbing the wisdom of every tradition he encountered and transmuting it into something uniquely, unmistakably his. This is quantum sovereignty. The art of architecting your reality not through force of will, but through the radical alignment with your deepest design. Gandhi didn't conquer the British Empire. He simply became so aligned with his truth that the empire had nothing to push against. The lesson? When you live your design, when you stop forcing, stop conforming to what the world expects of you, and start responding to what genuinely lights up your sacral. You don't just change your life, you change history. Let's bring it home. Mahatma Gandhi, manifesting generator, profile 2-4, a man whose greatest power lay not in his eloquence, not in his political connections, not even in his courage, but in his relentless, almost unconscious alignment with his energetic truth. He responded when life called. He withdrew when his energy needed renewal. He built through love and loyalty, and he changed the world. Now here's the question that matters, the one that bridges his century to yours. What if you could understand your own blueprint with that same clarity? What if the confusion, the exhaustion, the sense that you're pushing against the current of your own life? What if that was simply a signal that you haven't yet discovered your design? Gandhi didn't have a human design assessment, but you can. If the story of this extraordinary man has stirred something in you, if you've caught a glimpse of what's possible when a human being lives in true alignment, then I want to invite you to take the next step on your own sovereign journey. Take our free clarity quiz linked below and begin uncovering your own energetic blueprint, your type, your authority, your profile, the unique design that was coded into you the moment you arrived on this earth. Gandhi proved that one aligned soul can move the world. Imagine what you could move. If this video sparked something in you, subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden designs of history's most extraordinary people. And drop in the comments. Which historical figure do you want us to explore next? Until then, honor your design, trust your response, and remember, you were built for this.